I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 on the PS4. As you can see, the Bronx Knights have taken the place of the Houston Astros in the American League West. It's late July. It's after the All-Star break. The Knights are 66-36. They're 30 games over 500. They're in first place, 6.5 games ahead of the second place Seattle Mariners. And let's jump into the calendar and see what's next. So it's a 4-game set against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Unfortunately, I've lost the first 2 games of the 4-game set, and I can only hope to get a split of the 4-game series. Let's do game 3. Start it up. Play game. Okay. Play full game. The away team, no, we're the home team. Check that. At Classic Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Looks good. Eli Ramos, who's 14-2, the ace of the staff. He'll stay. Actually, you know what? We'll switch those 2 positions, and Melo will take a seat. Boom. Chris Ramos leading the American League in hitting. Here are the lineups. Welcome to another presentation of Major League Baseball on MLB The Show 20. I am RC Robbin, and we will welcome the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim to play the Bronx Knights here at Classic Yankee Stadium. On the mound for the Knights is Eli Ramos. He's making his 22nd appearance on the mound. He's 14-2 with a 3.40 earned run average and is one of the front runners for the American League Cy Young Award this season. Leading off for the Angels is Cliff Floyd, hitting .270, 23 homers, 49 runs batted in. Here comes the first pitch of the game. Inside corner, strike 1. Bronx Knights, 30 games over 500 for first place. That is Roberto Perez catching behind the plate, and Michael O'Rourke in left field.
First pitch, 7-11.
Swinging and misses the fastball. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Floyd. Fouls off the circle change. Stay right where we are. Grounds it down the third baseline, but it goes foul. Again, fouls it back to the screen, and the count remains 0-2. Again, another foul ball. Cliff Floyd is battling up there. Refuses to give up. Off the plate inside, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Floyd. Again, fouls it up the third base line. This coming is pitch number 9 of this at bat to lead off the game. Swing and a miss, and Ramos wins the battle. It's the first strikeout of the game. Took 9 pitches. So next up is Jahmai Jones. No, check that. Jeremy Pena, 244 average, 4 homers, 26 runs batted in. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Slider on the outside corner, count is 0-2. Inside off the plate, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls it up the first base line. And we will do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. No score here in Classic Yankee Stadium. Strike 3 called down the middle, and there are 2 away.
Batting third, the third baseman.
That was
Nolan
right down the pike. Really no excuse. So the very dangerous Nolan Arenado's hitting .278, 21 homers, 54 runs batted in. And he carries a long hitting streak into this matchup. In there at the knees, strike one. 14 games. In there, strike two. Swing and a miss, the breaking ball, and the side is retired. So half an inning of play here in the Bronx. It is the Angels nothing, the Bronx Knights coming to bat. On the mound for the Angels is Aaron Nola, making his 21st appearance. His season has been a forgetful one. 1-11 with a 5.76 earned run average. He has been abysmal. Leading off for the Bronx Knights is Max Lukulich, the center fielder, hitting .326, 4 homers, 28 runs batted in.
Number 39.
Knuckle curve floats in there for strike one. The LA Angels are in last place in the American League West. Outside corner, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Lukulich. And he just gets a piece to stay alive. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. And he skies it to short center field. There is Acuna. Acuna Jr. makes the catch for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Knights. Max Lukulich just led off with a fly out. Don Mattingly's at first. The DH today is Chris Ramos. In left is Michael O'Rourke. Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. Benny Los Cicero's in right. Matt Saps is at second. Matt Termini's at third. And Roberto Perez is batting ninth and is the catcher. Don Mattingly, .314 average. Steps up. Pitches inside, ball 1. Checks the swing, pitches low. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on the first baseman. Three and 0. Will he have the green light? 3-0. Let's see. Highly doubt it. Right down the middle for strike 1. So it's a hitter's count on Don Mattingly. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And he hits a line drive down the line. It has a chance. It is just foul. And the count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. The outside corner, strike 3. And he gets him. Let's look at this replay. Oh, bad angle. So the DH today is Chris Ramos. .373, 38 homers, 98 runs batted in. Takes first pitch low, ball 1. He was the starting second baseman for the American League in the 2024 All-Star game. And it's a hard ground ball to the second baseman. Fields, fires, and it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the first for Aaron Nola. And after 1 inning of baseball, there is no score here in the Bronx. So top of the second, stepping in is Ronald Acuna Jr. He is hot over his last 7 games. It's 12 for his last 29. Overall, .329, 15 homers, 45 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Ramos sets and delivers. Low, ball 1. Checks his swing, pitches outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Acuna. At the knees, strike 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. The circle change out in front. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And he has the strikeout pitch working today. That's strikeout number 4 already.
The designated hitter, Domingo Santana.
And here's the pitch-by-pitch sequence. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches. Well, next up with 1 out is Domingo Santana, hitting .285 with 16 home runs this season. There's 1 out here in the top of the second. Outside corner, strike 1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss at the curveball. Chased it outside of the strike zone. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 5. My goodness.
Batting fifth,
He is on fire out of the bullpen.
JJ Bleday.
JJ Bleday steps up to 67, 12 homers, 42 runs batted in. Outside corner, strike 1.
0-1 the count.
And he fouls it up the third base line, strike 1. Bleday has a modest 4-game hitting streak. And it is a shallow fly ball which will dunk in front of Michael O'Rourke for a single here with 2 outs in the top of the second.
Batting seventh,
And he serves at the opposite field. So next up is Matt Beatty, .221, 3 homers, 21 runs batted in. Oh, that ball is gone, and just like that, it is a 2-0 lead for the Angels on the 4th home run of the season from Matt Beatty, a 2-run shot. And this ball game is no longer tied. Here's the replay. He knew the minute he hit it. My goodness. Upper deck shot. So next up is Bo Naylor, .262, 11 homers, 37 runs batted in. It's a 2-0 lead for the Angels.
Naylor.
0-1.
Checks the swing, pitch is low, ball 1.
4.
Inside, off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Bo Naylor is the catcher for the Los Angeles Angels. Just misses, 3 balls, no strikes. So he's pitching a little more carefully after that 2-run shot. So in there, strike 1, count is 3 balls, 1 strike.
1 strike.
Swing and a miss at the circle change, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Bases are empty, here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there are 6 strikeouts. He has struck out the side twice in a row, but between that sandwiched is Matt Beatty's 2-run homer. So after 1.5 innings of play, it's the Angels 2 and the Knights nothing. So we go to the bottom of the second. Stepping in is the cleanup man, Michael O'Rourke. He's hitting .342, 24 homers, 79 runs batted in.
Oh, boy.
Aaron Nola delivers. Pitch is outside, ball 1. And he fouls it back to the screen. The count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike on O'Rourke. Outside, count is 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-0 lead for the Angels here in the bottom of the second. And that's a deep drive in the corner, but playable for JJ Bleday, who makes the catch for out number 1. The defensive alignment for the Angels in the outfield from left to right is Cliff Floyd, Ronald Acuna Jr., and JJ Bleday. And in the infield, it's Arenado, Pena, Jones, and Beatty, with Bo Naylor behind the plate. They are 6th in the American League in fielding percentage. So next up is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar, batting from the left side. Takes the first pitch outside, ball one. He's hitting .333 with 13 homers and 67 runs batted in on the season. Count is 1-0 on Salazar. And he pulls it foul down the first base line. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Jacob. That's a line drive to center. Right there is Ronald Acuna Jr. to make the line drive catch. There are 2 away. So far, Aaron Nola's been sharp. Benny Cicero, the right fielder, steps up. He's hitting .282, 20 homers, 76 runs batted in. Checks his swing, but it pitches outside for ball one. And it's a line drive which will bloop in for a 2-out single for Benny Cicero here in the bottom of the second. So the Knights have a base runner. Next up is Matt Saps. He is today's second baseman, hitting .279, 18 homers, 61 runs batted in. Cicero leads off first. Pitches outside, ball one. He's hot in his last handful of games. He's 6 for his last 13. It's a .462 average. And he pulls the changeup foul. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Saps. And he's out in front of the knuckle curve, pulls it foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cicero leads off first. There are 2 outs. And that is a deep drive towards the gap, but playable. Acuna makes the catch to retire the side. So, after 2 innings of baseball, it's a 2-0 lead for Los Angeles. We go to the top of the third. Stepping in for the Angels, Jahmai Jones, .245, 12 homers, 37 runs batted in. And he fouls off the fastball, 97 miles an hour on the radar gun. Count is 0-1. Grounds it to Don Mattingly at first, backhands it, takes it to the bag himself, and there is 1 away.
Now batting.
American League West standings, as you can see, the Bronx Knights are 66 and 36, 30 games over for first place in the AL West. And the LA Angels are in last place, 23 games back. Interestingly enough, in this 4-game set here at Yankee Stadium, the Angels have won the first 2 games. This is game number 3, and they're already leading 2-0. So, deep drive by Cliff Floyd will curve into the seats. Strike number 1. Ground ball to Matthew Saps. Takes it to himself over. No, check that. Throws over to Mattingly for the 2nd out. Easy play. Jeremy Pena is 4 for 11 with a home run in this series. He struck out today. He's up there with 2 outs in the 3rd. In there, strike 1. Jam shot. Mattingly makes the play, and the side is retired. So 2.5 innings complete. It's still a 2-0 lead for the Angels. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. The 3rd baseman, Matt Termini, is hitting .303. 7 homers, 49 runs batted in. Steps in to lead off. Takes low, ball 1. 7 home runs is certainly not 3rd place on the Knights, so I don't know what that stat man is doing. Knuckle curve floats inside, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Ramos leads the team with 38 homers. That's a line drive. Oh, nice catch by the 2nd baseman. Line drive, and there's 1 away. So as I was saying, Chris Ramos has 38 homers. Michael O'Rourke has 24. I believe third on the team is Benny Cicero with an even 20 home runs. Pitch is low to Roberto Perez, who's in part-time play, is hitting $185 on the season. And he breaks his bat, and the pitcher makes the catch off of the mound, and there are two away. So the lineup turns over. Matt Lukulich, the center fielder, flew out in the first. He is stepping up to the plate for his second appearance. And he pulls the knuckle curve foul down the line. Strike one. Pitch is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Max. In the dirt, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside corner, count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty here in the bottom of the third. 2-0 lead for the Angels. That's a line drive caught. Nice leaping play by Matt Beatty to retire the side. So after 3 innings of baseball here in Classic Yankee Stadium, the score is Angels 2, Bronx Knights nothing. So we go to the top of the fourth. Nolan Arenado, the third baseman, struck out in the first. He steps in against Ramos. Just gets a piece of the fastball, rolls over on it. Strike one. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider, strike two. Line drive the other way. Cicero makes the running catch for the first out. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. As you can see, Eli Ramos is winning that particular battle, 95-98, but he's losing the war because right now he's down to the Angels 2-0 here in the fourth. So with 1 out, Ronald Acuna steps up. He struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the first pitch. Deep drive towards the gap. Long run for Lukulich, but he settles under it and makes the catch for the second out. So with 2 down here in the top of the fourth, Domingo Santana steps up. He also struck out in the first. In there, strike one. 98 on the radar gun. Fouls off the split-fingered fastball. Count is quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes.
Ball one.
High, ball one.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Strike three looking outside corner on the side is retired. Strikeout number 7 for Ramos. 3.5 innings of baseball have been played. LA leads 2-0. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Don Mattingly steps to the plate, sitting .313, 18 homers, 75 runs batted in. Pitches outside, ball one. That is a slow roller which will find a hole up the middle. So the leadoff man is on here for the Knights here in the bottom of the fourth. Ground ball with eyes. So that's now an 11-game hitting streak for Donnie Baseball. So next up is the DH, Chris Ramos. He is 0 for 1. Runner at first, nobody out. And a little late on the fastball, fouls it off, count is 0 and 1. Just gets a piece of the knuckle curve. Quickly, he's down 0 balls and 2 strikes. Pitches low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Mattingly leads off first. Count is 1 and 2. And he pops it up behind the plate in foul territory. Naylor makes the catch for the first out. And Ramos is 0 for 2. Chris Ramos, that is.
Now batting, left fielder, Mike.
So with the one up, Michael O'Rourke flew out in the second inning. He steps in, the runner at first. Pitches outside, ball 1. Score is 2-0 Angels here in the fourth. That is a slow roller to Nolan Arenado over to second for 1. Back to first, not in time. It is a fielder's choice out at second. So there'll be 2 away with runner at first. Here's the replay. Well, no replay. Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. He lined out in the second. He's only 2 for 10 in this series. Steps in with 2 outs and Michael O'Rourke at first. And he's off on the first pitch. It's a strike. The throwdown is in time. Side is retired on the strong throw by Bo Naylor. So Salazar will have to lead off the next inning. And I don't know if that's a good call or not. I think he might have had his hand in there. Anyway, we go to the top of the 5th. It's still a 2-0 ball game. JJ Bleday is 1 for 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. JJ is 9 for his last 30, which is just a straight 300 average. And he pops it up to short left field. O'Rourke makes the catch 1 away. Over by the left field line.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So next up is Matt Beatty, who is responsible for the 2 runs on the scoreboard. He had a 2-run home run in the second inning. Steps in for a second plate appearance. At the knees, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Fouls off the curveball. Count is 0-2 on Beatty. Fouls off the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. And he grounds it through the shift. And that is a base hit. He is 2 for 2. A 1-out single for Matt Beatty. Here's the replay.
Now batting,
Hot bat.
Bo Naylor.
So the catcher, Bo Naylor, steps to the plate for his second plate appearance. He is 0 for 1. He struck out. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Chased a split finger fastball out of the zone. Count is 0-2. He is 8 for his last 15, so he's been more hot lately. And hits it just foul down the third base line. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Runner leads off first, 2-0 lead. Slow roller to the shortstop, shovels to second for 1, back to first. Double play, side is retired. 6-4-3 DP, and at the end of 4.5, it's the LA Angels of Anaheim 2, the Bronx Knights nothing. So, leading off the bottom of the 5th, Jacob Salazar, who lined out. He's leading off here because Michael O'Rourke got caught stealing in the last half. And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to left. Cliff Floyd makes the catch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 38.
Danilo Cicero singled in the second. Steps up with 1 out. Pitches outside, ball 1. That is a line drive headed towards the gap. It will fall. It will get cut off by Acuna. He's still trying for second. Strong throw, not on time. It was offline, so he has a 1-out double. Let's look at the replay. This was all hustle. Hit it towards the gap. Good speed by Acuna, but he's unable to get that throw in there in time. Well, Cicero shows off his speed, so he's in scoring position with 1 out for Matt Saps, who's 0 for 1. Pitches outside from Nola, ball 1. Nola is 1-11 on the season with an ERA in the 5s. Holds him at second. Shortstop fires, and there are 2 outs.
Now batting.
So Matt Termini, the third baseman, lined out in the third. He is 0 for 1. Needs a 2-out hit in order to get that, break that donut on the scoreboard. Pitch is high, ball 1. Termini is hitting .340 on the season with runners in scoring position, of 40 points higher than his season average. And that is a hard ground ball up the middle. Blocks it with his body, gets up, and there is no play. Well, keeping it in the infield prevented the Los Cicero from coming home to score. So instead of it being 2-1, it's still 2-0. Runners at first and third now with 2 outs. So stepping in is the catcher, the number 9 hitter, Roberto Perez. 2 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitches just off the plate outside, ball 1. He popped out in the third. His average on the season is 164. He is the backup catcher. Swinging and misses the fastball, 2-seamer. Strike 1. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside corner, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hard ground ball to the third baseman, tosses over to second for the force, and the side is retired. They strand 2. And here at the end of 5, it's an official ball game. The Los Angeles Angels lead 2-0. Top of the 6th, stepping in is Jahmai Jones. He's 3 for 9 in this series with a homer. Does not have a hit today yet. Tries to bunt his way on, and he bunts it foul for strike 1.
No, foul ball.
Hard ground ball past the diving Salazar at shortstop into left field. It is a leadoff single for Jahmai Jones.
The left fielder, number 30.
So next up is Cliff Floyd. He's 0 for 2. Struck out, grounded out. And he pulls it foul, strike number 1. Hard ground smash past the second baseman and into center field. So there are 2 on and nobody out here in the top of the 6th. So they are threatening here. They already have a 2-run lead. So the manager will go for a mound visit, talk it out with Eli. He's got a lot of confidence. He's only got 63 pitches. So right now, he's going to let him go work through it. He is his ace by any means. You have to trust your ace. So he fouls it off for strike 1. Pena steps in with runners at first and second and nobody out. Fouls back the fastball. Count is 0-2. Pena has not done well this season with runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 out. And his troubles with runners in scoring position continue. That is strikeout number 8 for Eli.
Third baseman,
Nolan Arenado is up. Manager, bullpen. Carlos Estevez is going to warm up. And Jesse Biddle is going to warm up. In there, strike 1. 98 on the radar gun. 2 on, 1 out. Just misses low with the circle change. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count is 1-2. And he pulls the fastball foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Misses low. Count evens at 2-2. And he pulls it foul. Just gets a piece of the curveball to stay alive. remains 2-2 with 2 outs. So check that. 2 runners on and 1 out. Strike 3 outside corner. Catches him looking. Arenado does not believe the call. That's strikeout number 9 by Ramos. And there are 2 away. So this inning started out with runners at first and second and nobody out. Now it's runners at first and second with 2 outs. Up steps Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Inside corner, 99 miles an hour, strike 2. He's one pitch from getting out of this. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the side is retired. He gets out of trouble. So after 5.5 incomplete, the score is still the Angels with a 2-run lead. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. The leadoff man steps in for his 3rd plate appearance. He's 0 for 7 in this series. Needs to get on track. And he pops him up into the infield, so he'll be 0 for 8. Matt Beatty makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Aaron Nola, who has had very little success this season, seems to be on his game today. Next up, Don Mattingly 1 for 2 with the single. They need a base runner. Oh, but stopped by the pitcher Nola. Picks it up off the dirt. Throws to first. 2 pitches, 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
DH Chris Ramos usually plays second base. He was the starter for the second base in the American League All-Star game. Takes outside corner, strike 1. Score is 2-0. Los Angeles Angels lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitches outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And he hits a drive, but it will curve foul. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Bases clear here in the bottom of the 6th. Full count, 3-2. They do need a base runner, so he'll take a walk. But instead, it is a shallow fly ball for Acuna, who will make the catch and retire the side. So we've gone 6 innings, and still, the Bronx Knights are not on the board. It's 2-0 Angels. So leading off the top of the 7th, this has been a quick game. Domingo Santana has struck out twice today. He's 0 for 2. First pitch, he skies it to center, left center field. Lukelich is there. He makes the catch for out number 1. J.J. Bleday has a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 2. Ramos steals. And it's a line drive headed towards the gap. And it will roll all the way to the wall. Lukelich picks it up. And by the time he gets the ball back into the infield, it will be a 1-out double for J.J. Bleday.
Now batting, the first base.
Line drive all the way to the 399 sign. So next up is Matt Beatty. He has a 2-run home run today. He's 2 for 2. He has a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. This is a big moment in the game. Inside corner, strike 1. Backs him off the plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Bleday. Check that on Matt Beatty. Bleday is at 2nd. Swing and a miss. The circle change. Count is 1-2. Pitch is high. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's a slow roller to the second baseman. Matt Saps fields, fires, got him. So the runner will advance to third, but there are 2 out.
Now batting, catcher, Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor is up. He's 0 for 2. Struck out, he grounded out. In there, strike 1.
0-1.
Breaking ball inside corner, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And that is a ground ball base hit through the left side. That is an RBI single for Bo Naylor, and the Angels lead 3-0. They get the insurance run with 2 outs. Here's the replay. So Jahmai Jones steps in. He is singled in the 6th. He's 1 for 2. Reaches for the pitch outside the zone. Strike 1. Off the plate. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it back to the screen. The inside pitch count is 1 and 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Here in the Bronx, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim lead 3-0. Ooh. So Michael O'Rourke steps in, and as he steps in, we go to the manager's office and the bullpen. We're going to have Carlos Estevez, who's going to make his Bronx Knights debut after coming over in a trade with the San Diego Padres, pitch the next inning. First pitch to Michael O'Rourke, who's 0 for 2, is inside off the plate, ball 1. Pitch is low, ball 2, count is 2-0 on the left fielder. Grounds it up the first base line, and it goes foul. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Checks the swing. Pitch is low. Count is full. Check that. Count is hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the pitch. And that's a line drive the other way, and that is a hit that will probably roll all the way to the wall. And by the time that ball comes in, it will be a stand-up double to lead off the 7th for Michael O'Rourke. That is Michael's 31st double of the season. And that hit gives him a 6-game hitting streak. Here's the replay. So runner in scoring position here with nobody out. Jacob Salazar steps to the plate. He's 2 for 11 in this series. He does not have a hit today. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Salazar has an even .400 batting average with runners in scoring position. That is the situation he finds himself in at the moment. And unfortunately, that average will go down as the ball floats out to Cliff Floyd for out number 1 here in the 7th. No advance on the base paths.
Now batting, number 38.
So Benny Cicero is 2 for 2. He has a single, a double. He has a runner in scoring position here in the 7th with 1 out. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Strike 1. Checks a swing down and in. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Benny. Now fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. O'Rourke leads off second. There's 1 away. Here comes the pitch from Nola. And that's a deep drive. That's got a chance. At the track, the wall. He makes the catch for out number 2. Right at the warning track. Just didn't hit it high enough. Here's the replay. So Matt Saps is up with 2 outs and a runner in second. Carlos Parra and Craig Kimbrell are warming up at the bullpen. That's a line drive, which will be an RBI single for Matthew Saps. And they're finally on the board here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-1 Angels. Nice piece of 2-out hitting by Matthew Saps. He has been hot. So next up is Matt Termini, the third baseman. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Quick throw to first. Saps is back in. Saps is not your classic base stealer, but he does have speed. Some speed. Again, they're just trying to keep him close. Slap the tag on. He's got his hand in there. Steal would be convenient in this situation because it put a runner in scoring position. Good score on a single. Outside, ball 1. Termini's average is at .304 on the season. And that is a line drive that's going to find its way into the right center field gap. And it will go all the way to the wall. Saps is going to make that turn at third. He's heading home. Throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI double from Matt Termini. And this is a one-run ball game. It's 3-2. That's Termini's 25th double of the season. Let's watch the replay. Two out hits lead to 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th for the Bronx Knights. So, the manager of the Angels has seen enough. He's going to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Taking the ball from Aaron Nola, who is responsible for the runner on second. Emmanuel Clace, his 49th appearance out of the bullpen. He's 4-1 with a 4.12 earned run average. A single from Roberto Perez ties this ball game. Cut fastball, inside corner, strike 1. Pitch is high, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Kyle Crick is the righty, Carlos Parra is the lefty, warming up in the Angels bullpen. Termini leads off second. And he skies it to shallow center field. In comes Acuna Jr., who makes the catch to retire the side. So, 7 innings of baseball complete, but the Bronx Knights score 2 here in this bottom of the inning, and the score is now 3-2. Los Angeles. So, changing the pitcher. Out. Eli Ramos' day is done. Carlos Estevez, he's just been traded for San Francisco Padres. For the Padres, he was an effective right-hander. Comes in to pitch the 8th, top of the 8th here. Cliff Floyd is 1 for 3. In there, 99 miles an hour on the radar gun. Strike 1. Fouls off the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Floyd. Inside off the plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Attendance here at Classic Yankee Stadium, 45,669. Not a sellout, but close. Oh, it's a deep drive. This has got a lot of it. And it is a solo home run for Cliff Floyd. His 24th of the season, and it's a 4-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the replay. So, number 2 hitter Jeremy Pena is 0 for 3. And the first pitch to Pena is popped up shallow left field. O'Rourke makes the catch for out number 1. Nolan Arenado, manager, mound visit, like to talk to bullpen. Let's now he's got a pitch. In there, strike one.
0-1's the count.
Arenado is 0 for 3. Sliders off the plate. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Nolan. Low strike, but a strike nonetheless. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Arenado. And he pops him up in the infield. Salazar is there behind second base. He makes the catch for out number 2. And Ronald Acuna Jr. struck out in the 6th. He is 0 for 3. Steps up with 2 outs. In there, strike 1. His record against Estevez, he's hitting .364 in his career. Strike 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. And the side is retired, but the solo home run from Cliff Floyd, not Ronald Acuna Jr., but Cliff Floyd, makes this a 4-2 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
Your attention, please.
In relief, Carlos Parra making his 54th appearance for the Angels. 1-0 record, 5.90 earned run average. And leading off is Max Lukulich, the switch hitter now batting from the right side against the lefty Parra. He's 0 for 3 today. He does not have a hit in the series so far. Pitch is low, ball 1. It's a 4-2 Angels lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And he hits a deep drive, but playable. Out number 1. He is 0 for 4 today. Starter comparison. They both pitched really well. Aaron Nola outdueled him. Eli Ramos, 3 runs, 7 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts. He deserves better. So with 1 out, Don Mattingly steps up. He had a single in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. There's 1 out here in the 8th. Outside corner with the breaking ball, strike 1. And the closer is warming up, Craig Kimbrell. Has 20 saves on the season. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Slow roller to the second baseman Fields. Lobs it over to the first baseman, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So with 2 outs, up steps Chris Ramos. He is 0 for 3 today. Bats from the right side against the lefty Parra. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball 1. And that is a line drive. It's going to be in there for a base hit. He makes a big turn at second. He's headed for second. Strong throw to second base. He is out at second. And the gamble was not worth it as the side is retired. A single and thrown out trying to reach second base. At the end of 8 innings, it's 4-2 Los Angeles. Bad base running decision, because you need a bloop and a blast in that situation. So we go to the top of the 9th. Carlos Estevez is in there for his 2nd inning of work. Domingo Santana is 0 for 3 to lead off the inning. At the knees, strike 1. Grounder to Saps at second. He throws to first, and there's 1 out here on the top of the 9th. J.J. Bleday is 2 for 3. His average is up to 271 on the season. Pitch is low, ball 1. We'll go to the manager's office in the bullpen just in case Jesse Biddle will come in if he gets into trouble. High strike, but umpire is the ruler of the land. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive to Termini. He makes the catch. Nice reaction play, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. So next up is Matt Beatty, who hit a 2-run home run to give the Angels a 2-0 lead here in this ball game. Estevez has done enough. Bullpen, Jesse Biddle put him in the game. So Jesse Biddle's here to get this 1 out. His 38th appearance, his record is 2-2. His ERA is 1.40. 49 strikeouts in 45 innings pitched. In there, strike one. Off the plate with the slider. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls the two-seamer back to the screen. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he hits right into the teeth of the shift. From short right field, Saps throws him out to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's Los Angeles 4, Bronx 2. Last licks for the Knights. So, the closer, Craig Kimbrell, comes in seeking his 21st save of the season. His ERA is 3.55. He has 5 blown saves this season. And before Michael O'Rourke goes up to the plate, we're going to go to the manager's office in the bullpen. We're going to warm up John Smoltz just in case we tie this game. So, leading off is Michael O'Rourke. He's 1 for 3. They need a base runner. Swings at the first pitch, slow roller to the shortstop. And there is 1 pitch, 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Next up is Jacob Salazar. He is 0 for 3 today. Outside corner, strike 1. Off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike on Jacob. Two balls and 1 strike. And he pops him up in the infield. Arenado on the infield grass makes the catch for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 9th. And the Bronx Knights are down to their final out. Next up is Benny Locicero. He is 2 for 3 today. He represents the final out of the game. Kimbrell sets and delivers. And that is a line drive base hit the other way. And the tying run will come to the plate here in the 9th. That's Locicero's 3rd hit of the ball game. Line drive the other way. So next up is Matthew Saps. Matt is 1 for 3 today. Locicero leads off first. A little late on the fastball. Fouls it off, strike 1. Pitch is low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss at the knuckle curve. Count is 1-2, and the Bronx Knights are down to their final strike. Just misses off the plate. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Locicero leads off first. It's a 4-2 ball game. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. He picks it up. Throws to first. Strike him out. Throw him out. Side is retired. Ball game over. Angels win 4-2. So in this 4-game set at Yankee Stadium, the Angels have won the first 3 games of this 4-game set and will seek to sweep them 4 straight here on the road. So, the final score is Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Bronx Knights, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Aaron Nola is the winner. It's his 2nd win of the season. Eli Ramos gets the loss. He's 14-3. The save goes to Craig Kimbrell, his 21st of the season. And the player of the game is Matt Beatty. He is 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. And that is your player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. And please check out our playlists, because this is not the only game we play, and this is not the only thing that happens on Shenanigans. So thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a great day.